So hello guys and welcome to the grand finals of the PGP tournament here at, where are we, Mr. Dodge?
So we at that roleplay gaming lounge.
Roleplay Gaming Lounge just across SM Mega Mall, and thank you guys for the gracious host, and thank you guys for still staying on. Could we have some cheers here for our grand finalists? There you go. We have a pretty hype audience here. And now for our last two participants, Leandro Carandang defending his crown, going for the back-to-back in the PGP scene versus James Credo, looking to be the challenger of the century here. 1v1 action in doubles matchup here and now. And here we go with our team rosters.
So they faced off in one of the Swiss rounds, and Leandro won 2-1, and it was a pretty close match as well. So James probably wanting to get a revenge match here.
Looking for a revenge up. So I'm Daks back onto the casting field. Alongside me is Erickson, Dodge this, Marquez, who sadly was eliminated today, but always a pleasure to have on the casting table. Big shout outs of course to Mr. Pao, who was able to coon on in and help out in the casting today. Big round of applause for that guy over there. Woo, go Pao! Exactly. But now it's time to talk about these teams. First things first though, all female versus all male. Are we seeing some gender warfare here, Mr.?
No, we're not even.
2020, guys. It's 2020 right here. But
So
let's
either
look at
can
this.
win here, yeah.
Yeah. Complete equality. But genders aside, let's talk about these teams right here, right now. Leandro going for the Sandcore, and he is going to go for that Tyranitar X-Drill, Dragapult, Togekiss, Dusclops, as well as that Melodic.
And James here with the Togekiss, Gudra, Conkeldurr, Whimsicott, Jellicent, and the Excadrill. So they're both pretty balanced teams, and anyone can win at this point. There's no bad matchup here.
Yeah, these are very familiar teams. You can see some of these teams in the
there are
meta.
patterns.
Yeah, there are patterns. Having that Gudra over there for James, going to be looking to sweep things. Does have two different speed controls, of course, with that Jellicent as well as that Whimsicott. And the Conkeldurr, always a good way to deal with dragons that are quite tanky to begin with. How will Leandro respond? That's going to be the real question. Leandro trying to go for the back-to-back. James trying to get this one done. But here we go into match number one.
So let's see what they lead. It's gonna be interesting since they've fought each other for 3 games already.
So they met each other in Swiss?
Yeah, they did. So Togekiss and Excadrill, a pretty classic lead.
Versus the Dragapult and the Dusclops. And we've seen this from Leandro before, but the Dusclops going to be on the field early. Mold Breaker, though, going to be able to allow that X-Drill to look around. Here we go with the, speaking of the look, here we go with the Frisk, spotting out those items to start things off.
So he did reveal the Life Orb and the Scope Lens on the Togekiss, and Leandro leading the Dusclops here. He's wanting to Trick Room if James brought his Whimsicott. So probably a good lead for James here. So since Dusclops can't really do anything here aside from burning the Excadrill, but you know.
Yeah, but that Togekiss having that lens, looking for some crits, looking to do some damage here and now. And a lot of targets here for James to actually Dynamax to begin with. In the meantime, Leandro can go for the Dynamax on the Dragapult. Can also swap out the Dusclops if it's just not working out for him, but might be able to set something up later on. Here we go though, we start things off with that Dynamax already. That has to be the Dragapult looking large and in charge, looking to just destroy everything with its versatility. And we've seen the Dragapult have so many different movesets depending on the trainer.
Like they have Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Nitro Bomb, probably even Steel moves.
Yeah, there's so many.
Anything you
Ghost
can
moves,
imagine.
Dragon moves, all around. Oh, can always have that defensive option of
He
the
goes for
Protect.
the Ally Switch.
Oh, this is pretty smart here. Going to go for the Ally Switch. Gonna put that Dragapult a little bit in harm's way, perhaps. Max Lighting though here. From the Dragapult straight onto the Togekiss. And you can say that Togekiss is gonna be still staying alive. Not gonna kiss goodbye whatsoever. Electric Train though gonna be set up into the field.
So he does get the Ally Switch right away. Pretty ballsy play since you just press Ally Switch turn 1 and probably hope for the best.
Yeah,
he does know he has Ally Switch though, as far as I know.
But he doesn't really care. Goes for the Earthquake instead. Spread move all around on both sides.
So much damage from him.
Good read there from James, going for the double hits on both sides, even the crit on the
So
Dragapult.
he does. So extra drill having the scope lens. I mean, that's just a joke. Since
Yeah, you know,
extra drill
he copied the scope lens, okay?
of Togekis. He
Yeah,
got double earthquake crit.
Speaking of copycat, you saw it last match, right? The copycat onto the trick room.
That's a big brain.
I know that started from like a Riolu
Yeah, it
tech,
does.
and then it became the live art thing. But anyway, we are here and now. James was able to beat Daks and move over to the grand finals, and he's showing that he still belongs in this matchup. Beautiful read onto the ally switch. Dragon Bolt forced to use the max card because it will die this turn if nothing else happens. And here comes the follow me though from the Togekiss. James,
He's gonna go for another earthquake.
will it actually happen? That's the real question.
It goes
Exodrill decides it's time to go for the slam on down, the ground quaking at their feet. The Togekiss is unaffected. The Dragon Bolt can be saved. And here comes the Dusclops. Oh, it stays alive with 36 HP to boot.
So he goes for the Nightshade to finish off the Togekiss, and probably an annoyance for him since he can't actually deal damage to the extra drill right away. So he's saving it. He's
Yes.
saving the Dragapult with the max card.
Sadly, the Togekiss goes down, but Dragon Bolt now having a better chance onto this next turn. Here comes the Conkeldurr. It's gonna be a little early for my liking. No setup with the Trick Room whatsoever. It's gonna be a little.
He doesn't need to
Yeah.
since he's bulking on his own.
Yeah, he's
And
gonna try to just basically use his own defenses and find a way to get the punches on.
He can Dynamax here as well since seeing as the backline of Leandro probably has the sand and probably Togekiss in the back, but doesn't really matter since Togekiss is not Dynamax right now, so he might take advantage of that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little difficult, of course, for Fighting Moves to connect as two ghost types are in the field here. But here we go with the Protect, the Conkeldurr buying time. Will it be an Earthquake yet again here from the Excadrill as the Conkeldurr has decided to go for the Shield Play. Wormwood though, looking to connect onto the Conkeldurr, still
He
penetrates.
He wants to KO the Conkeldurr, so he might have a Excadrill and Tyranitar in the back. So
Yeah.
the priority here is the Conkeldurr, but you know James with the big plays here, predicting that focus.
And there you go with the Excadrill. Earthquake yet again, the Protect gonna be able to stabilize on. And here we go with the Slam on down.
Wow.
Earthquake goes down, but the Dusclops still alive here.
So with 7 HP, he survives.
Yeah, the real question is, like, the problem for Leandro right now, if he brings out that Tyranitar, his own Dusclops is gonna go down. There we go though with the Bulldoze. Gets a little bit of the proc onto Excadrill. Does it have any of the items that deal with
He
super
revealed
effectives?
Life Orb already. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Conkeldurr, still pretty healthier with the Guts boost. He's -1 attack though with Excadrill, so he might have Togekiss here. He does bring out Togekiss.
I like how Leandro hasn't full committed on the full Sands experience. He knows that the Conkeldurr is in the back and he was expecting it. Goes for the Togekiss instead, and it's going to be a little tougher for the Conkeldurr to move around with that Togekiss in the field. So Dusclops right now, 7 HP, and a Dream what can actually do at this point, Dodge.
So he might go for he can go for Dynamax to survive some hits, but he does go for the switch out.
And
To
Gudra,
Gudra really bulky Pokemon here, so he might take a Dazzling Gleam, like really strong here. So he goes for the Eyeless Switch as well.
and making sure that that Togekiss is going to get targeted anytime soon. Excadrill going to go for the Iron Head,
He
and
doesn't
that
predict it,
Dusclops dies.
so he doesn't predict it. And Excadrill still at -1.
So it's the second time he's gone for the Alice Switch this game, but the Dazzling Team going to be spread around to try and get two super effective, of course, onto that Gudra, but it's quite a tanky Pokemon. And the Gudra, I believe, its ability works when you basically touch it, so physical attack is going to have a hard time.
He has Excadrill though, so not Tyranitar, and Gudra will probably have a good time here since Excadrill cannot Dynamax anymore.
Yeah, it's not going to happen as it was Dragon Bolt Dynamaxed earlier on. In the meantime, James looking good. I feel like not going for that T-Tar really was just the fact that the Conkeldurr existed on James' side, so Leandro trying to play it safe, looking for that's a typing. But here we go with the Dynamax already. James holding this one in reserve, and he's looking good so far. He has his Conkeldurr in the back, ready with the Guts, ready with that Flame Ward.
He just wants to kill Togekiss right away with the Max Ooze. So he can go for the double Max Ooze here and protect for the next turn. But Togekiss here, has he revealed Protect on any of his games?
I'm not too sure. But I believe that we're gonna see some defensive options here and now. It's gonna be James going for the Protect here and now. Excadrill though with the Earthquake in response. And Leandro trying to take a page out of James's playbook. connecting right now onto that
Not enough
Gudra.
damage.
No, it's way too tacky. The Max
Wow.
Lightning instead from James. Gonna be slamming on down to the Togekiss. A taste of his own medicine, but that Togekiss tanky enough to stay alive. And here comes the yawn! But electric terrain! Beautiful read there from James. You cannot fall asleep with all that lightning coursing through your veins.
So he forgot about the electric terrain, and I mean,
No, it does a setup, right?
it was a setup from his own Dragon Ball though.
And the Max Lightning just adding on to that. The yawn not working out whatsoever. Either way, James was ready for it. Even if there was no electric saber form, he went for the lightning instead of the poison.
So a beautiful play right there from James. And extra deal here probably will go down in this turn with extra deal.
The interesting part here is, does the Gudra actually have a protection move, or is it a fully committed on kitted to go for the attack? Protecto coming online onto the Togekiss, so it does show that defensive option. And here we go with the Earthquake. Extra drill gonna go down, but the Conkeldurr is still in reserve.
He's ready for the extra deal.
This is a free switch for James. And here comes the flare on. Extra gel gonna be melting on down to the Goomba. 1 HP and a dream. That's gonna be a focus sash here for Leandro, keeping it alive. I like the tech here from the blue hand side.
So I'm not too sure about that play, but we do know that Conkeldurr is back and he has Mach Punch to finish off everyone. He will get the KO on the Togekiss for sure, and especially his Guts Burn, and he has 1.5 attack.
Yeah, no matter what, someone will die on the blue hand side. But the real question is, can Leandro stay alive after this turn? Will he be able to get the KO onto that Gudra? That's the real question. What can the Togekiss bring to this table? But Conkeldurr, so scary. Gudra still in Dynamax. Last turn left. It's so tanky, we've seen before. But we'll see if it has any way to stay alive besides fighting for its life.
So Mach Punch here is the key to the win for James here.
Speed kills, and he is speed truly. James feeling the confidence here. It does have a very distinct advantage in this 2-mon versus 2-mon scenario. This is still going to be a best of 3, I believe, in the grand finals. So whoever takes this, going to be one match away from taking the whole thing. So protect, making sure that Conkeldurr is not going to go down. It's all about the Gudra right now.
Is this a misplay though?
Extra drill though, gonna go for the Iron Head, and the Gudra 22 HP. That has to confirm that it is tanky enough to stay alive against all that lightning yet again onto the Togekiss, and it will go down. That has to be James taking this one by storm.
Even though it was pretty questionable that he did protect that, since he can just go for the Mach Punch and get the KO on the Togekiss and get the KO on the next turn.
This is a real question. Does the Conkeldurr have the Mach Punch to begin? Because we're talking about this in assumption that he has the Mach Punch, but going for the Protect first might make Leandro think otherwise. So is James withholding information? Is James having something different in the bank? That's going to be the real question here, as Leandro right now with 1 HP and a dream. Here we go, the Mach Punch. Never mind. It does get revealed. It does get shown, and it really just goes to show that these guys have fought each other, reading each other so well. It is going to be James taking that first map by storm, and what a way in this series.
So James not crumbling. I mean, it was still a good play nonetheless with the Max Lightning onto the Togekiss in that turn. So he did a lot of damage with the Togekiss. He knew his win condition. He did it. Then he went through with a win.
Yeah, and I like how he's playing it safe. The Max Lightning gonna be, it's very effective, of course, against that Togekiss.
It wasn't greedy.
Yeah, it wasn't greedy whatsoever. He's not looking for insta-gives. It's just like, hey, this is enough damage. I've calculated it. I'm looking good. I'm looking great.
I can 2-hit KO him, and I don't need the SP attack boost from the Max Ooze.
And I feel like James has all these things calculated on his team. He's not really playing into those additional weathers, that kind of thing, but he's just focusing on the raw power of his units.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just like, okay, this is enough to do the damage. He knows his game. He knows
his combos, like this attack plus this attack can KO this Pokemon. I mean, I'm sure he's played that team a lot to gain that enough experience to calculate everything.
Yeah, there we go yet again with the teams all female versus all male here, but James showing that it is going to be his versatility that leads into key. Now will we see some swaps here and now? Do you see any predictions?
Leandro might change a bit, so he might want to bring Togekiss a lot. I mean, in the front, if Conkeldurr will be coming in sooner. But you do know the Togekiss, we haven't seen its exact set, but it was kind of like a sportive one. It was pretty bulky. I mean, you don't see that enough bulk on on most offensive Togekiss sets.
Yeah, and that's interesting training right there. But Leandro right now trying to figure out who he's gonna bring to the table here. He needs to be able to take this win to try and come back for a third. You can already feel the pressure mounting on James. In the meantime, has showed that he is cool, calm, collected.
First time in the finals.
Yeah, dude.
And Leandro, defending champion, might have more pressure than James here, since James.
James is really, there's not much expectation, but he's showing everyone that he can take this tournament by storm. Leandro, in the meantime, we're putting a little bit of pressure on him, but he is truly defending his crown here in the local scene. And here we go yet again. Game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Leandro yet again on the blue hand side, James on the red, and we start things off with the Togekiss and X-Drill here for James versus the Dusclops and the Milotic this time for Leandro.
So he does go for a different lead here. So he probably wants to get the KO on the X-Drill really fast.
Let's go Blitz. Life Orb, also that, yeah.
I mean, still the same item, still the same lead, so he saw the same items. But Dusclops here, so he might go for a Trick Room play here, since he brought out both of his slowest Pokemon here.
Yeah, and that's something to take note. James going for the same lead, first of all, because it worked in the first match, but also second, because of that first on the Dusclops, he is able to basically hide what other items he has. Sure, Leandro has an idea of what he has in the first place, but isn't really confirmed. But here we go though with the Earthquake from James. Gonna be quaking onto the floor. Milotic taking half of the HP damage already.
Damage.
That's so dangerous for the Milotic. Dazzling Gleam also to try and add things on. And a critical hit actually onto that Dusclops. The Dusclop looking at Sankey.
It avoids the Togekiss.
Oh, the Togekiss doesn't get hit, and here we go with the Muddy Water straight onto the X-Drill.
It hits the right target though.
Yeah, that's fine. It's Sandy. James losing one already, even though it was some good damage done. Oh, and it's a free Trick Room as well. Leandro looking primed to take this one.
With Togekiss in the play though, so he can Dynamax Togekiss here for the big plays, since he doesn't Togekiss is in a pretty good spot, being as Conkeldurr though, so he is a better Trick Room sweeper.
Yeah,
so he can Dynamax him as well.
I like how James was like, okay, Trick Room is set up. I do still have answers. I do still have Pokemons that can really work really well in a setup like this, and Leandro right now might be suffering from his own success. We'll see what the Conkeldurr can bring. It isn't really the best matchup here in now per se, but it still can't back a punch. Ally Switch though coming online.
Does he predict it though?
That's a real question. Close.
He does predict it.
Wow! Milotic taking all that damage, and that is exactly what James needed to come back and put the numbers in an even spot.
And he's in a huge lead from that.
3-3, but that has been some damage from the first. That's the second time that the Togekiss got the crit, and the Flame Orb gonna get the burn. So James in the lead after evening up the Pokemon scoreline, but Leandro right now, he is gonna have to bring out something that works really well.
He is on the back foot.
He is on the back foot by this point. That Conkeldurr enjoys the whimsical place that is the Trick Room. And with the burn online as well, the guts, the glory for Conkeldurr and James Credo just waiting at the wings.
Oh my god, and he brings out Tyranitar against a Conkeldurr.
He has no real choice. The Trick Room is set up, and he's gonna have to try his luck to fight against that Conkeldurr.
He has Ally Switch as well, so Tyranitar might go for the KO on the Togekiss here, and hopefully he doesn't get the right prediction on the Tyranitar.
Yeah, the Ally Switch is such a cheeky thing, but it really depends on how James reads this or not. Like, you can read it in both ways.
He's on a timer though, so 24 HP and Sandstorm. So
This Dusclops gonna die very much this turn. There's no way this Dusclops doesn't die unless none of these attacks hits from James. We'll see though what's gonna be the play. The thing about the close combat, that already got the debuffs onto that Conkeldurr, so it is a lot easier to KO here for Leandro. And speaking of that one, here we go with the Dynamax. It seems like the Tyranitar gonna be turned into the king of the monsters. As here comes Godzilla, yeah, again, back on the field, rampaging, looking to knock out all these pillars.
So Tyranitar with the 414 HP here, so super bulky. He might have no speed, but
it's a bulldoze, and that has to be a self-proc onto a weakness policy into this one. The T-Tar is truly looking for the KO into this turn.
Let's see what Conkeldurr does though. It is the most important move here. Does he go for the close combat? or the drain punch in that matter. He goes
Rock
for the
slide. Rock slide. Is it gonna be enough?
It's
No.
okay though. It's okay.
James.
He gets a KO on the Dust Clops. It doesn't matter.
So the Dust Clops and it's all utility is gone. But here we go with the Max Knuckle. Looking to land onto the counter and that is going to be a KO. That's too much damage. You can already see with the weakness policy with the attack up. That's a lot of positives going in favor of Leandro.
So does he use Glass Ceiling Game? Oh, he does use Glass Ceiling Game.
Oh.
That's a lot of damage as well.
That's a lot of damage. That's true. Gotta put some flex tape onto that. But of course, the sand gonna be into the field. Now,
Let's
who
see
is the last
last
Pokemon?
one, yeah.
I'm really excited. Does Leandro have that full speed core, that full sand core? No, it is gonna be the Dragon Bolt instead. What does James have in store? It's gonna be the Goodra in response.
They're both in a pickle since it might go for a 50-50 at this point.
A lot of dragons actually on the field, but the Tyranitar with the Dynamax, sure, it has 179 HP now, but you'll see that go quickly down.
So Gudra with the flexible move pool as
Yeah.
well. So you do we do know that he can have a
Lightning move.
a water move for
Oh.
a Tyranitar.
Yeah, we can have all of
Hydro
that
Pump,
just...
Muddy Water, whatever, you know. And Togekiss is here to redirect Draco Meteors from the Dragapult.
Yeah, if it does have it in to begin with, it's gonna be a dragon versus dragon show. James can go for the redirect as you said, but can also go for the double up if he feels like the damage isn't gonna be enough. A Dazzling Gleam can really pack a punch in this scenario. But will he play it safe or will he actually go for the KO here and now? Do or die time. Yet again for both of our players. You can really see the tension mounting. And here we go with James. He hasn't used his Dynamax yet. Gonna be putting that Goodra to work as well. It's gonna be creepy crawling, and especially if you touch that Goodra well. Oh, it's a Togekiss! Best read there, it's a Togekiss! Getting Dynamax into this one. The Goodra apparently gonna stay small. It still
Can he
can't get
survive
that
against a
speed.
Rockfall though?
That's the real question. James is going for the KO here. This has to be the final turn here in the mind of James. But the Dragapult is going to be playing it safe, protect, try and stay alive. The Tyranitar though with the Rockfall! And it's going to be the Pillar slamming on down onto the Togekiss. Will it survive? No, it doesn't! And the Dynamax just falls apart. Was that a little too greedy there from James?
It was a bit greedy since he can follow me everything away from Gudra, so he does go for the Draco Meteor completely.
that is a turn really falling apart there for James. And Leandro just breathing a sigh of relief. Gonna be looking to prime and win at this match already.
He still does have a one turn of Trick Room
Yeah,
left.
there's still a chance here for James, but it is truly winding on down. The Goodra is a little quicker there than that Tyranitar, and it's just not gonna happen, especially with that Trick Room into the field. The Dragapult, of course, gonna be looking to be at the last moments. But anyway, Leandro will be trying to figure out what's the best way to get the KOs as potent as can be, as decisive as can be.
So Leandro taking advantage of the slight misplay of James here. So he could have. I mean, James might have a different plan in mind.
Yeah, I
but
feel like he had something else in mind, but it really just didn't pan out. We were expecting a Goodra to get Dynamax there, it just didn't happen. The Tyranitar though, gonna be a little smaller, and that should be a
So
forfeit.
it's probably a reset. You know, aside from the big play from the earlier Conkeldurr, getting the KO on the Milotic. I mean, we still have a good game going on.
Yeah, it's been a great one so far, and it really is finals worthy. We've seen these guys really go down to the wire and fight for their lives. But into match number 3 we go. And Dodge, do you think it's going to be the same course here for both, or will we see a little more variance yet again?
It might change again, and I don't know. James might still go for the same lead. It was good, but he just made a slight misplay at the end. But he can still go with that game plan.
Yeah, I feel like, that last turn really took everyone for a surprise, and Leandro very happy about that result. We were all expecting that Goodra to be a little bigger and fight like really Godzilla versus
Gooey Godzilla.
Gooey Godzilla. I was trying thinking Mecha Godzilla. No, it's not the Ralladon. It's Gooey Godzilla versus Godzilla. But apparently, Mothra comes out and immediately gets thrown a rock in his face. That's,
That was a +3 max rockfall. So
It's not-
no way
no way.
it's gonna survive.
Yeah, like I feel like that's a gleam. Or yeah, the follow me would have been the best answer there. Just make sure that something was gonna die. But anyway, it is what it is. Here we go, guys, for the last time I believe in this best of 3, Leandro versus James. Gonna go for this matchup yet again. And it's been a very
It's
exciting
down to the
time.
wire. And the matchup here, Leandro might change up again since his last lead wasn't working out too well for him. and he got out in a pinch with that at the end. But you know, he can do better with the leads. I guess he's still figuring the matchup more as the game goes on. So
Yeah.
the third game is last chance. Probably going for the best lead going to this match.
Yeah, probably what best he can bring. I really expect Leandro to just whip out that Dusclops at the start yet again. The frisk, of course, with that vital information, and always the pressure, always the occurrence of a trick room happening. In the meantime, James does want to keep his sweepers in the back. But here we go for the last time on the Circuster stage, and we go Ryan versus James, Leandro Carandang versus James Credo. We're gonna go yet again into this matchup. It's been a very, very tiring day, Dodge. We started at 1 p.m. and now we're all the way at 7:30. Toke is an extra drill to start things off. But this time, it's actually the Sand Core in full effect. Leandro going all in. Tyranitar and extra drill into the field.
So Leandro here switching up the leads again here. So James pretty confident in the matchup. So he led extra drill and Togekiss in every game they had. And he might have a plan in store here since he led the sand lead. He might have a turn 1 flowchart or whatever he wants to do with Togekiss. He might sacrifice Togekiss here, to be honest.
Yeah, but Leandro having the extra onto the field, and I know that is the Sand Rush in a scenario like this. James has already exposed that his has Mold Breaker, so you can really see Leandro gonna have that first move into this one, this Sand, making that Mold just even slipperier. And will it actually be able to get the KO onto its counterpart? That's gonna be the real question. Can go for the Steel type move as well. Onto that Togekiss, a lot of options here and now, but no real setup. How will this pan out?
So does he KO for the Togekiss right away? Switches out, goes for the Conkeldurr. Is this a huge read from him?
He really wants to fight. He wants to fight that Tyranitar immediately. The Conkeldurr is hunting
He goes for
its
the-
prey. And here we
Okay.
go with the Dynamax. I believe this is on to the Togekiss. I'm not too sure. Yes, it is. Togekiss gonna get Dynamax. This time, it shouldn't die to a, to
Max round.
it's just like +0 right now.
I
We're
don't
still
know
fine.
if Leandro was expecting this play since it was the riskiest play here.
Yeah, it's like, this is really risky putting the Conkeldurr out in front, but Leandro is playing it safe and able to get the Protect on out. Extra low though with the Earthquake. And can the Conkeldurr survive? That's going to be the real
For
question.
sure, he's pretty bulky in his defense.
Yeah, the defense stat pretty high up. The Flame Orb. Oh, here, speaking of the
Goes for the
Flames!
Max Flare.
Here we go, Max Flare onto that extra drill. Going to be melting all its armor down. 1 HP and a Dream. The Focus Sash going to keep it alive. The Sand, of course, it is immune to the Sand, so it's not going to die anytime soon. There you go. Leandro will be resetting. James, though, getting the Sunny Day on out.
No, he doesn't have Sandstorm in play, and Tyranitar might choose to go for a Dynamax here. Since extra drill is 1 HP, you don't really want Dynamax
Dude,
1 HP.
1 times 2 is 2.
He might go for it.
Really? Really go?
might- I mean,
the Dynamax, the extra drill with 1 HP.
You know, we have Mach Punch in play, so
We'll see.
Ah,
We'll see. We'll
pretty
see. But
easy.
you know, it's most likely that Tyranitar needs to be tankier to really deal with that Conkeldurr. with
can
Guts on.
Conkeldurr one hit KO him under burn though?
Yeah,
that is the question.
That's the real question, and how defensive this T-Tar truly is. The Togekiss, of course, is just smiling on the outside, but looking to pounce and kill whatever is low here. The Excadrill is pretty much gone from this turn. Excadrill, though, actually can get withdrawn. Leandro can use something else to tank things up, and it's a Dragapult instead. He's expecting all the damage to go onto the Tyranitar, looking to be safe with this scenario. But here we go. Dynamax
Does he
onto
go for the
T-Tar.
max Rockfall or the max Knuckle onto the Conkeldurr? So that is the question right here. And he might get a one-hit KO. I'm not really sure onto the Togekiss, but it might not as well since it's not boosted right now.
Yeah, it's not optimal here. But here we go, the Map Punch. Doesn't get that Dragapult, of course. Good swap there from Leandro.
Max Starfall into the Tyranitar.
Will it be enough? Oh,
It does
it does a hefty amount of damage.
Yeah,
That's
it
for
does.
sure.
It activates the weakness policy onto the Tyranitar though.
And that's a big thing. If Leandro didn't Dynamax that Tyranitar, that would have been gone from this one. Over 50% in terms of that damage. Weakness policy though. Gonna get proc, and here we go with the Max Knuckle. Look to Nick. Gonna land on down onto the Conkeldurr and 30 HP.
Wow.
But does it stay alive? That's the real question. Does it burn HP? Is the burn damage gonna be enough? It's gonna be very close in this regard. And here comes the burn. It dies! It does die. James gonna lose the Conkeldurr there anyway.
So he can bring in extra drill here, and there is no sand. So the extra drill in the back probably might not get to do his thing, and extra drill might be speedy. I mean, he does speed tie with the other extra drill, and Togekiss here needs to get an airstream up, probably to help the opposing extra drill to get some knockouts faster than his opposing extra drill.
Yeah, just gonna need a little bit of that speed in their favor just to make sure he has that edge later on. But the question here right now is, we saw that Togekiss do that much damage onto the Tyranitar. Will it do it again? It might not be enough. He goes for a second max Starfall as the weakness policy did get that rock on. But, you know, it is...
He can't 2-hit KO the Tyranitar here. But does he protect? He does protect.
Yeah, there you go. The max guard does happen. We saw the weakness policy proc, so there's nothing to be afraid of.
Shadow
But the max
Ball.
guard is enough Shadow Ball, as you said, onto that Extra Drill.
Not enough.
Yeah, Life Orb though onto that Dragon Ball. And here we go with the Earthquake. T-Tar protecting itself yet again. Togekiss unaffected. And the Dragon Ball, the lone target, still not going to be enough. X-Drill really trying to quake onto the earth, but a Starfall this time onto the Dragon Ball. Good read here from James, realizing that, hey, that Tyranitar can go for the max guard, and the Dragon Ball gonna go down. It was thought to be free, but apparently it was just a free kill.
So it is the last turn of Togekiss here at the Dynamax, even with Tyranitar. So let's see if Togekiss can support Tyranitar in this situation.
Yeah, Leandro looking to play it safe, does bring out the Togekiss, as you said. Very, very effective to go for those follow me's, making sure that Tyranitar gets that last hit that it needs to get that KO. In the meantime, Togekiss for James, as you also said, the Dynamax has gone down. But will we see a few of that spread
He
moves?
can double spread move right now.
Yeah, exactly. The Earthquake as well as that Dazzle Gleam. We've seen it do it before.
It will get KO'd.
It will do so much damage into this one. It'll be very, very interesting how James and Leandro go about things. Will it be another max guard, or will he decide, hey, might be able to get a kill here, just try to even things up and look to get the advantage?
Does he sacrifice extra drill in the back for the Tyranitar, or Tyranitar already used max guard last turn?
Yeah, he can actually swap out of that Dynamax, but it seems like it's not gonna be the case. Togekiss instead gonna go for the protection.
So he's hoping for the double target here onto the. He does go for the Earthquake.
Yeah, here we go with the spread move. That is the Tyranitar. Gonna take some damage there. Is it enough to get the KO? 30 HP, but it's the Togekiss now. It's time to get the Gleam on! And that Tyranitar gonna take the brunt of the stars. Godzilla falling on down for the last time. Critical hit, doesn't even matter. Leandro with effectively one Pokemon in healthy condition. He only has that extra drill with that Focus Sash popped out of its veins.
So he just needs to KO the extra drill here for him to be in a sure win condition. So does he have Protect though?
Yeah, that's a real question. Also, we didn't see any max airstreams earlier on, so there really is going to be a
A
fight.
speedy tie. So we don't know the speeds here. So
We don't know exactly who's going to go first, so Leandro does still have a chance at this. But usually, when you do have that Sand Rush, you don't really train onto that speed in the first place. They do sometimes, but
to outspeed opposing.
the super fast ones. But it really, in a matchup like this, did he go for more on that power? To just go for the double powerhouse Tyranitar X Drill pairing in this Sand Rush, or is it, as you said, a tech truly to get ahead? But it feels like Leandro's core doesn't really care about going as fast as possible, because he did look for that Trick Room setup.
He does
go
go
for the
for
rock
that.
slide, and it does get the spread on. Extra Drill barely
Does he
takes
flinch
any
though?
damage.
Does he flinch though?
Flinch?
No, it doesn't
happen. And the Earthquake gonna be able to seal the deal onto the opposing extra drill. Now it's Togekiss versus Togekiss. but
Togekiss versus the world.
Versus the world. The smile gonna be on NF. Leandro feeling the heat here. James with the 3-mon advantage. The flinch even happens there. Dazzling Gleam this time.
I mean, does it really matter since he has still one more Pokemon in the back? Probably a Goodra. And in the best situation, it is a Goodra.
No, it's Whimsicott's gonna kill this game.
It is the Goodra.
Goodra is back. And Barney is a purple dinosaur. And James looking to just smile his way to victory here. Can Leandro do anything
He
else?
can tank a lot of Dazzling Gleams.
Yeah, but the Thunderbolts, feel the thunder and the lightning. paralysis would just be the icing on the cake. Doesn't happen. Dazzle game though from Leandro trying to spread on, no, from James rather onto Leandro. Same thing. You can see these tokens just turn around.
And that's game.
That is game, set,
Wow, what a
and
game.
match. What a finals we've had. James with the commanding lead here on game number 3. It was a great showing here. Talking to Kiss, don't go for the follow me. But that is truly the show. Leandro losing out to James. Congratulations to James Credo, our champion for our March 1 tournament. It was a great one there. What a great read all around. People having discussions, but it is what it is. Sometimes we're gonna wrap things up here, and now
Do we want a winner's interview?
do we have an interview?
Do we have a winner's
Boss
interview?
admin, do we have an interview on? Interview. Okay.
So we do have a winner's interview here.
Okay. Go away, Dodge. So Dodge is gonna.
I'll be hopping out of here and make way for the
for
winner.
our winner. So give me a sec, guys. We'll just have our winner interviewed real quick, and who is that? That is going to be Mr. James Credo into the field, our champion for our March 1 tournament. So James, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
You did such a great job today. So how did that last match feel? How was really the game plan there?
I thought the second game was like how I wanted it to go, and I just made like a mistake there with Dynamaxing Togekiss instead of Gurya. So I thought I just lead the same Pokemon again, and then and then I just took it from there.
Yeah, it was really your core and that your 4 picks were really so strong all throughout the match. You can really see that consistency. But how did you feel after losing game 2? Were you feeling less confident, or you were just like, okay, my plan still works if I don't make mistakes like that?
Yeah, that's what I was feeling like. I thought if I just do the same stuff with no mistakes this time, I thought kaya naman.
So what do you feel about your team? Basically, like, what are really the pillars of your team, and if you were to look for improvements on your team, or like if people are trying to go for a team like yours, what could you suggest to focus on?
Well, actually, I wanted it to focus around Durant at first. So, the team I took the tournament a week ago actually had Durant instead of Excadrill. And then I decided to have Godja there as like a counter to Durant counter. So like people would think, oh, there's Durant, I have to have a fire move. So I just lead Godja. But then I just realized last week na parang he's so one-dimensional. So I decided to change him with Excadrill, which basically does the same thing but better.
I feel like the extra also, like, that mold breaker allows you a lot of utility in the first place. And so last question here, how do you feel about the tournament today? And how do you feel about the tournament today?
I love it. Like, I didn't expect to go this far. This is actually my 3rd tournament pa lang. So this is my 2nd time top cut, and I'm really happy.
Yeah, dude, 66% top cut right there. Congratulations to James, guys, taking this one. And we'll see you guys in a future PGP tournaments. We've had a great one all day today. And thank you guys for all the support. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for checking out the page. I've been Daks. I had Dodge as well as Mr. Pow in. And thank you again to James for that interview, coming as our champion.
Can I give a shout out?
Oh, give a shout out. Feel free to.
Can I give a shout out to my girlfriend? Yeah, she was watching the stream.
Guys, wait, let the Landi happen.
Shout out to Chin, and then shout out to my teammates for PPL. They really helped me a lot.
And yeah, guys,
go Brent.
Go PPL, such a great thing that is ongoing. So you guys can check that out in the group as well. There will be another tournament later on into the mat. That's on March 7, which is at Striking Vipers at Quezon City, Cubao. So you guys can expect more and more content here from PGP. Thank you guys for tuning in, and have a good night.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.